We need to do one intro without laughing.
All right.
Hello, welcome back to Chick Chat. I don't know why you put on a customer service voice. Hi, what can I get for you today? Hello, welcome back to Chick Chatter. It is July's Book of the Month episode. This month we read Reckless by Lauren Roberts. And let's get started. I'm so tired. This one was a group choice. This one was not a single person's choice.
Yeah.
Alright, obviously we already know the genre because it is the second book of a series, but technically the third because there's a novella.
No, it's still the second.
It's second in the trilogy, the third book she's written.
The
Yes.
novella is 1.5.
Yeah, Emily. Okay, so it's book 2.
Do we want to touch on the novella?
No.
We don't really need to. I mean,
I just feel like, just to address, did you like the novella?
I liked the novella, but nothing really.
It doesn't really contribute to the story.
Yeah, I was wondering if that guy character was going to show up and help her, but it never happened. So yeah, we don't really need to touch on it.
Okay, well I have a theory that involves something with the novella. So.
Okay. So I'm the only one who filled out the paper. I had a broken orbital bone. But I checked off that this was a must read, and that also this book made me cry.
I would agree.
I don't know if I cried.
I cried.
Oh no, I did cry.
I teared up a little bit. I was not sobbing like any of the last two.
This is the one that I cried the most at
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Juliana FaceTimed yesterday, full of tears.
Because I was listening to music behind it. And it was just the scene I was reading and the music. I was like, okay, I'm done for.
I definitely did cry. I think this is probably the second book I cried the most to. I cried during the novella.
Yeah, the novella was just sobbing. Emily, I'm gonna guess you didn't cry.
I think she.
Oh yeah, we also have to mention, Emily, what happened to you with this book?
So I was reading it. I stopped reading it because I just took a break.
No, not about you not finishing it.
Oh.
About what happened on TikTok.
Oh, so, but no, it kind of all ties in.
Oh.
Because I stopped, right? I took a break. And then I ruined it for me, so I already know the ending. So then at that point, I definitely, with work and all that, I was like, okay, so why am I going to keep reading it? I mean, I'm obviously going to keep reading it because I need to know, obviously, till the end. But I spoiled it on TikTok. A TikTok came up, and my dumbass read the comments. And the comment went, wow, I can't believe, and then insert ending. And I was like, nice. So I already knew the ending when I was, probably 150 pages in.
And this is our spoiler warning from here on out.
I was gonna say, because I read an additional
trigger warnings.
100 pages.
No trigger warnings?
No trigger warnings.
Well, I mean, talk of blood
yeah.
and description of blood would be, I guess, the biggest, trigger warning for it. Because, she kind of has that trauma from it.
Yeah. I think that would be the only one. Nothing compared to the last two books, but...
Alright. What do you guys want to start with?
Ratings.
Oh, right, ratings. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
What?
I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I felt like the first and the novella were just better.
I agree. Literally disagree with you so strongly.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you give it a 5 out of 5?
Yes.
I didn't hate the book. I loved the book.
No,
I just felt like the first one was better.
Yeah, the first one was definitely better, but I feel like that's just because it was the first book and you just grow an attachment. But I feel like I just loved them in the second book, and then I didn't love the novella as much.
I loved the novella.
I would probably demote my rating for the novella and put this one as a 5-star.
Damn.
I gave it a 4.5.
4.5.
No, I loved it.
You also didn't cry during the novella.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I hated it. A 4 is a good
I know,
score.
but I loved
Considering the
it.
book of the month last book was a 1.5, this is a great upgrade.
What'd you give it, Emily?
I said I agree with you when you said
A 4. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Yeah, I liked it. Although I was looking at Goodreads after I gave it my score.
Some
people
people
did not like it.
Wow.
They thought
it was rushed. There was also the whole scandal that came from it.
What scandal?
Okay, so as we're aware, these books are pretty loosely based off the Hunger Games, and some people even said the Red Queen. and they're like saying that basically Lauren Roberts is like close to plagiarism, which I disagree with.
Okay, hold on, because I've read the first
Right.
3 of Red Queen, and you read any fucking fantasy book, there's gonna be
Right.
repetition. I was asking Juliana the other day what book I should read, and I gave her the description of all 3 of the books, and
Yeah.
all of them were enemies to lovers and arranged marriage with fantasy. So there's gonna be repetitive, like repeating of like topics, but
Mm-hmm.
this is not similar to the Red
But-
Queen at all. Red Queen
Well, I
is
feel like that's any
It's because
book.
the author of
Yeah.
the Red Queen called it out. But to be honest, like she even said in the beginning when these books are coming out, what's her inspiration. So
I could see an inspiration, but I don't think there's any like
No.
plagiarism of
No.
storyline there.
because like we all know the first game was very based on the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
But,
but
like, it
but so
also
is
wasn't-
Light Lark.
Right. And so so many other books.
Yeah,
So but yeah, not a lot of people liked it.
yeah. I just saw that they kind of were like just annoyed with Kai in this book
Yeah.
and just like his back and forth and everything.
I just feel like that's realistic though.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was just
No, I really did like them in this book. I just feel like I do like their banter back and forth like that. Like I eat that shit up every single time. But I definitely people say it's rushed. I feel like the middle right now is like kind of long, trying to get them back to the kingdom. And I mean, I understand like obviously there's obstacles in the way, but sometimes I'm like,
But there's
Yeah.
also still gonna be a 3rd book, so
yeah. That's
no. But
true.
knowing there's
On
a
your
3rd
birthday.
book, I was
I
hoping
know.
that it didn't. I understand why it ended the way it did, obviously, because you're like,
Yeah.
what? But at the same time, I was just like, I feel like I'm like, okay, I kind of want them to get back to the castle.
I agree. I was kind of hoping that they would get back to the castle sooner and we'd see more of that.
Yeah.
But I guess I am okay with how it ended. I'm interesting to see because there's another novella coming out before the
And
3rd book.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure.
who it could be. I really
I'm
don't.
just interested to see what it's gonna be about.
Yeah, like I don't know what couple it will be. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. What
unless
person.
it's gonna go back to that guy again.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it'd go back to Mac.
I'm wondering if it's gonna be Jax.
Maybe.
So I think it's either him or the other cousin. I can't think of her name.
No, I think it's shit. What's his name?
I don't know.
Hold on. This is gonna bug the fuck out of me. Give me a minute. I'll find his name.
You can describe him.
He's the guy that works with like Peyton in the first book, not Callum, but the other guy,
Oh,
Lenny.
Lenny. I think it's gonna be a Lenny novella.
I would like that book.
I'd eat up a Lenny novella. I love Lenny,
Actually, I think I'd rather him than Jax.
especially because they introduced like what he did, and you saw the like snippets into like all the people he saved and that little girl. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat up a Lenny book.
Oh yeah, so maybe it's about him.
I actually think so. I think you're right.
I'd pay for it. Lauren Roberts, give me a price.
I guess I don't know if I want to do because my discussion topics are so. First one is Kit's proposal.
That was crazy.
I personally saw it coming. Just because, like, since Callum is working so closely with, like, Kit, and, like, even when Kai and Peyton were, like, you know, off, they were like, where'd he go? Like,
Yeah.
where'd he end up? Like, I hope he's okay. And I feel like it is such a good, like, political move of him to, like, marry her.
I think low key though, Kit was kind of jealous.
Every time Kit's
Yeah.
discussion, like Kit's chapter would happen was a change of pace, but it's always like, I'm so sad. Here is what's happening in my brain, and then Callum comes in, which like on one of my points I brought up was like, what is Callum's like true intention? Because now you kind of see him playing like both sides, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, is he really full rebellion, or is something like in the scenes? Is something happening? I don't know.
I guess when the ring was first brought up, I did think that he was going to be proposing to Blair. Like that's what I thought the intention was. But when we got closer to the end, I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna propose to her. And then I read it, and I literally audibly screamed at my fucking book, and I was like, what? Although that does have a resemblance to the Red Queen series, in like the whole brothers and like proposal and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely played out a whole lot different where it's like a whole new story. I'm very intrigued to see what's gonna happen in the next book because like Kai's reaction and stuff.
I know. So once I knew the ending, I'm not gonna lie, I went to the end of the book, and then I read Kai's point of view because I was like, at that point, I just need to know. And although, like you said, it's a smart move on her end, I see why she did it. But I'm gonna be really honest. I think if the whole third book is a complete love triangle, and like,
I don't
and
think
we have
it
to wait to
would
the
be.
very
I don't think
end.
it will.
Like if we have to wait to the very end for them to get together, I don't think I'm gonna finish the book. Like I don't think I can deal with like 400 pages of a love triangle because it's my least favorite trope.
I think it's gonna be a lot of like the rebellion's finally gonna be more in this book. Like they were in the first book, but not really.
But the rebellion doesn't really exist anymore.
Well, we still have Callum. That's why I'm wondering, because now Callum and Peyton are gonna be in the same building more.
True.
I wonder if they'll be like conspiring, and then I want to see how Kit and Kai now work with one another, and if Kai's gonna turn to the rebellion.
One of my because as when you talk about Kai turning to rebellion, one of my worst moments I put is that Kai still like low-key won't admit to himself that the ordinaries aren't diseased. Like,
I know,
even
when they
after
had a
all this
conversation,
evidence.
I'm like, you sound very like ignorant, low key.
Also, literally, and I said this to Emily, I'm like, realistically speaking, put him out of like where he's from. He's completely fucking useless.
Besides his fighting skills, yeah, he is pretty useless.
He's basically an ordinary.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's basically, and I compare him to Mac, as Mac could defend himself because him and Mac have the same powers.
Yeah. But why wouldn't he realize that they're not diseased when he's literally been spending all of his time with this ordinary girl?
Yeah.
Like, locking lips. And
Lock
you're
your
not
lips.
diseased.
One of my points I put is the king is an ass even when dead.
I mean, yeah.
But no. Oh my god, my entire note just disappeared. Are you kidding? No. Phew. Okay.
Kayla deleted all of her
I
book
would have
notes.
cried. There was something I wanted to bring up about. Okay, I don't know if Emily knows this part of the book because we don't know exactly where Emily is.
Okay.
But one of the points I want to bring up is when we get her dad's journal.
Did you see that, Emily?
Did you get to that part? Okay, so you know Peyton's.
So she nodded yes.
So you know Peyton's adopted.
Oh.
Well, adopted or given.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We know that her parents are not her
Yeah.
parents.
Okay, so my thought is, I think Peyton isn't ordinary. I just think there's something stopping her from using her powers.
What power would she
I
have?
don't know, but it's something with that scene where she was able to fully like hit an arrow away and break it in half. But I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Quick reflexes?
No one can quick reflex snap an arrow.
I mean,
Throw an arrow
she's
at me.
been
Ready?
training. I don't have an arrow to throw at
I
you.
think Peyton has powers, and I think it has something to do with that dad's ring of hers that's stopping her. I think her dad.
I
So
think that's a stretch though.
okay.
I mean, it's a fantasy book, so it could totally
it could
happen.
I've also seen the theory that people think Mac and Peyton are related.
It would just be crazy to happen just last in the third book, like with nothing else to be after that.
Well, I mean, in the third book, we find out that she's adopted, so it wouldn't be shocking
No,
in the
the
third.
second.
What did I say?
This book. You said the third.
Oops. In the second book that she's adopted, it wouldn't be a shock in the third book when we find out she has family.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is, like, originally the parents gave her away because she was ordinary.
Which parents?
Because
Her.
her, like,
Biological.
actual parents.
Her actual parents died. The mom died, and the baby died. They
No.
thought the baby died.
Her biological parents.
Yes.
The one she was born from.
Yes.
That dropped her off on the doorstep.
Yeah. Gave her away. Because they didn't want to deal with an ordinary baby.
Oh, I'm confusing it with her dad, the one that we
Yeah,
know.
no.
His wife died. That's what I'm confusing it with.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay. So yeah, I guess I don't know. It's an interesting storyline and one that happens a lot in fantasy books. So I guess I wouldn't be shocked. But I don't see it happening. Only because I feel like this author is really trying to show like a powerful female main character
Without
that
actually
can like
having any
that
powers.
can survive in like a world where everyone has like a one up on her.
True.
Well, that was my other discussion topic was Peyton's parents because that was kind of like shocking to find out, but I guess made sense because she would have had like some, even like a little power from just her dad.
Especially learning about the like percentages.
Yeah.
I liked in the beginning of the book where they put they showed the family tree. That was really helpful to see. In the front of the book. Someone give me their book.
I definitely did not see that.
Who has their book?
Also, I have to be honest, I did not read the epilogue.
I did, but there wasn't really anything. It
I
was
like
just about the
skimmed.
sister.
I skimmed through it because
What's the sister's name? I keep forgetting.
They
she
did
died when
Ava.
she was 4.
Ava. She was mentioned in Ordinary, which I like that they had a call back to her. They had the whole family tree of all the royalty.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
cool.
they talk about the powers, which I liked. So I was getting confused in the novella about like.
Yeah.
Also, it's very interesting that they have that entire graveyard and the mother that's like in the castle.
Yeah.
When they put that in Kit's perspective, I was like, what the frick is
Wait,
happening?
what?
You didn't get that far, but basically, Kit's mom is dying.
Yeah, I know that.
And she's
Being held up in a tower.
She's being held
Oh,
up in
yeah,
a
yeah,
tower,
yeah.
and then below the tower is like the graveyard of all the royal family.
Except for the first queen.
Yeah.
And the sister.
Yes.
And the sister, yes.
When I was thinking about that, I was like, that's really weird to have them just like the farthest area of the. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess where else would you put a graveyard on your ground?
True, but
For one of my best moments, actually, I'll tell you guys the moment I cried. It was the freaking thumb kisses where he talked about like, oh yeah, I only do this to my sister, or like I do it to my sister to make her feel stronger. And then he's like, I never did it to anyone else until you. And then he like kissed her thumb again. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. And I started tearing up.
And then when you actually get the story of like that was what was in the epilogue is Kit's perspective of seeing that between Kai and Ava.
I don't know. I like finished the book and I was like, I can't do a flashback.
to be honest, I cried at the scene of Kai cutting her hair.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when she was like freaking out, like because of blood, it was like making me anxious. I was like, girl, calm down.
I was like, girl,
Actually, I was surprised. One of the times I cried was when Kit was like in his room, and like Andy came in, and he was like, "It is King now. Things are different. I'm different." Shaking my head, I whisper, "He's gone, and I don't even know how to breathe. If he does not command me to do so, command me to eat, command me to live." And then like she's like sad about it, and then he's like, "That'll be all." And then she's like, "Kit, wait." And then he's like, "No, that'll be all." And then she's like, "Let me help you fix the window, please. It doesn't have to stay broken." And he goes, "I'm afraid it's beyond repair." I don't know
Yeah,
what about
no,
it.
that was a
that
good
was so
moment.
Isn't
sad.
Andy the one woman that she was like? I think she cooked. She was like the.
No.
the-
And that's the
No.
cousin.
Yeah, Andy's the I think it's Gail or something. Gail. I can't remember the cook's name.
Then of course I cried in the sewer. That's when I
Yeah.
called Chloe.
Yeah. This fucking
Oh, you
scene.
cried in the sewer scene?
Yeah.
When they were like
See-
confessing their
Oh
love.
wait, I did cry.
Oh my
I-
god!
Oh my god, Emily cried. Alert, alert.
Wait,
So the
I have to show you my
alarms.
book because this is actually really funny.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't annotate it this time, but it's so much easier to just lay down and read it.
Yeah.
If you're going page
No,
by page,
it's
girl.
no. It's the page 4. I cried with
Page
the whole
4?
with the
the
whole
sticky
Adina
buns.
scene.
Oh.
And when he goes, "Happy birthday, A," and I underlined, "But this man," and at the very bottom, I put, "I'm so emo right now."
But that's not about
But that's
Adina.
not about Adina.
It's not
That's
about.
about the sister.
It's about Ava. But,
You liar.
But you cried because you thought it was about Adina.
yeah, but to be fair,
I
I
was
think
still
the
emo.
connection between
Wait, who's Ava?
Her-
His
his sister.
Oh, I think you're talking about Peyton's sister. Actually,
No. My thing is, I think this tie between Ava and like Adina is kind of like I liked it because you could see the loss from both sides and how
Yeah.
they've lost like a sisterly figure.
And the way it was like egg, so you really couldn't tell the difference. So yes, Emily, you're valid for crying.
It could have applied for both in all consideration.
But we did learn it was
No,
his
but I
sister.
just put the damn sticky bun because I think the sticky bun always for me will significant like be a
I
significant
want
of, like,
to eat a
death.
fucking sticky bun, bro. They're talking about sticky buns all the time, and I want one.
Something else that I liked and was like my favorite moment is when Abigail from the first book came back. She was the girl that Kai was sent to kill, and he
Oh,
and she
yeah.
came back, and then that's how they learned about this whole who saved her and why. And I was like, that was a really good callback. Like, I really like that and she still has his knife.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Like, that's really cute.
I thought the horse scene of her being so scared of the horse.
I know.
And
then
what the
Lenny
fuck?
came.
You're not scared of anything, but you're scared of a fucking horse.
I understand it.
Are you afraid of horses?
No, but I can see the fear of being bucked off a horse.
I guess so.
So off topic, you see the video of Snoop Dogg thinking a horse was doing a crip walk in the Olympics?
Yes.
My favorite video.
There's no crip walking horses in the book.
Could you imagine? Sorry. I liked the poppy field scene.
Yes, I did put
Mhm.
Flower Field.
That was
Like,
That I
her
had it on
making-
audiobook. And
Her
so
making
it's
a
cute.
flower crown for him. That's so cute.
so 16? But it was so cute.
I don't know. I don't know, but it was it was giving Wizard of Oz vibes.
It was.
because of the poppies.
I even feel like when they were stuck in the little cellar thingy, little cell,
Yeah,
Mm.
I feel like that was so cute.
yeah.
Because he was he pushed himself against the wall to give her more space.
I know. I liked his lying to help her
Yeah.
be able to.
Yeah, the fact that
deal.
she's so claustrophobic, I'm like, wow.
She's definitely got a lot of trauma that needs to be worked out. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
who's gonna let her do that when she's running away?
Yeah.
I also like the significance of having their names be Shadow and Flame.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, you fucking sip. Are you kidding? I read it, I was like, oh god.
I just their banter this book was really good.
We also went from the first book having we were reaching for things. For this book, there was a fuck ton of kisses, and I was like, whoa.
There were a
Whoa.
lot of kisses.
We went from no intimacy to holy shit, the intimacy, which I liked.
Yeah, they just can't keep each other. They can't.
They can't.
Even when they were fucking hating each other in that first kiss, they're still fucking making out.
I have one.
You know, he's literally such a simp when he finds her. And it's first there's nothing, second there's everything.
They literally
There's
can't.
her.
They
He's
can't.
such a simp.
They can't hate each other. Oh my god, in chapter 46 when they're everything's happening and he goes, gotta stop myself from falling in love with you, I had to pause because I listened to the book on audiobook this time around because I couldn't keep my eye open. So I was listening to the audiobook and I heard that and I gasped so loud that my family thought I hurt myself.
See, I don't know if I could listen to the audiobook. I might cringe more if I'm listening to it.
No, the guy who does the voice for Kai, I found him on TikTok. He said for Kai in his head when he does it, he goes, "Imagine you're flirting with everything in the room," and that's the voice for Kai. And
Honestly,
I was sold.
Yeah.
Well, so with the kisses, the first kiss that happened where it's our mouths crash together, I literally have in all caps. Yeah, and at the end when she's don't, never again. I literally put in all caps and no. I'm like, girl.
Yeah. No.
No.
Literally. I was like, ugh.
I need to find it.
As much as sometimes, okay, I talked to this about with Carly, but sometimes when female characters are too strong, it makes me mad. And I think Peyton is borderline too strong.
Emily is please just give in to the man.
No, literally. But in real life, I would never do that.
Fuck feminism in books.
No, literally, it's at some points, Peyton was borderline that. I'm like, girl, just kiss him.
Girl, he loves you. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's literally.
Yeah,
But I understand at the same time.
It's that
Yeah.
chapter 46. He's like, I gotta stop myself from falling in love with you, and then at the end of the book, he's like, I do love you, and he's
If-
watching his brother be at.
If they had just sat down and talked.
I know this book definitely has borderline miscommunication trope.
I know. It was really getting to that point where it's okay, you guys are miscommunicating. Every time he said pretend, and she was like, yeah, it's just pretend. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah,
Y'all are both not pretending. Over it. Not to move past your best moments, but I do have a worst moment, from the book. Literally, when they get out of the sewer, she literally just saved him from drowning. He saved her from drowning. And then they're about to kiss, they're flirting with each other, about to kiss, and he fucking puts an ankle chain on her, chains them together to lose all of her fucking trust. I'm like, bro, come on.
I know that made me mad. I was like,
The
really?
wrong forced proximity.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah.
Then they literally shower and like they have to close the door and like they're still chained. I'm like, girl.
Like the chain grew on me, but the whole like
Aspect of him doing it.
like
pissed
tricking
me
her
off.
into like being close just to chain her, like that pissed me off.
Also, Peyton couldn't swim. That was the other thing in that book. Peyton couldn't swim, and she went back down to get you. So when she
Yeah,
finally sees that, like,
bro.
you're starting to go trust, and then you put the fucking chain on her.
The chain pissed me off. Pissed me off.
Do you see Lauren Roberts tab someone's book for her favorite moment?
No.
Her favorite moment is when they go like, and you know I keep the dagger in my boot. Like that whole section of banter, she said was her favorite.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? Fair enough.
See, I'm not gonna lie though. I think if I was an author after I wrote this book, I truly don't think I could actually read it. Like,
No, that's so true. I hate reading my writing. So I have to get people to do it for me.
It's like when she says she'll never write smut because her mom reads all her books.
girl, be for real. Like,
No, she's gonna keep this young adult.
no,
but
like for this trilogy, fine. But if she makes other books, you have to give us something here, girl.
give us,
Like, we know
Come
what you're
on.
capable of.
give us a little peek.
Like, if anything.
No, but if she doesn't, she gives me a cutscene, I might kill myself.
Yeah, no, like not a cutscene, like a full on, like actual smut scene.
Emily's like, get in there.
I will pay you money. I swear to God.
She's paying money for smut. I'm paying money for Letty.
She is first in line for the fucking book.
I will
Emily,
fund the book.
Do you
will
want
put my
Emily?
own
Do you
name.
want a fantasy book with smut? We have some.
But I don't think I could read another
I like
fantasy
how she's
book.
playing with
'Cause I
the-
generally-
You do think she'd probably write another fantasy?
No. Like, because you said we have fantasy books with smut, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could read another fantasy book because I truly don't like fantasy. This is just the exception.
So then, what are you gonna do if she releases another book or another like book
Do you like
series that's
Lauren Roberts
fantasy
as the
That has
exception?
no.
that has?
Is Lauren Roberts your exception or just Powerless itself?
I don't know. It really depends if she makes another book what it's about.
I feel like maybe we'd have to find just another book series that is mild fantasy
Yeah.
for her to be into it, or just like enough romance and tension where like you can put up with it.
Do you have any other moments you like, Juliana?
Any worst moments?
No, I think the only worst moment was the chaining.
All right, I want to do
Oh,
my
look at
songs.
The chaining is so
The chaining. I want to do my songs because I'm actually so proud that I thought of them
Yes.
when I was reading the book, and it's only because they got stuck in my
Oh
head.
my god.
Oh wait,
Blessing.
I
The dance scene when they were dancing.
True.
That was my
That
other
was very
favorite
cute.
scene.
Yes. Okay, my songs. I have "I Love You, I'm Sorry" by Gracie Abrams.
Me too.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
listening to the new album when I was thinking of songs. I was like, oh wait.
I couldn't listen to music while I read because I would get distracted and not be able to focus on the words.
I forgot a song right.
And then I put "How Much Longer" by Alexander 23. But
Oh, that's a good
for
one.
this specific lyric is "There's nothing I won't do, love, to get back to what we had." And it's literally just like the whole song is like him being like, what can I do for us to be back together? And I'm like, okay, yes. But those are my two songs.
I can skip a couple, so. Does anyone else want to go first? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. I like thinking of songs.
So Juliana,
I had Constellations, which is like that's, and then
Uh-oh.
Margaret by Lana Del Rey, and then Heather.
I only know Heather.
I love.
You know the other two. I feel like
Maybe.
I didn't know them by their names either, to be honest. But like when they came on during when I was reading, I was like, yeah.
Do you have any?
I never do.
You had one though.
Emily's like a Glee episode.
No, I don't.
You thought of one though.
Oh wait, I think it was a 5 Seconds of Summer song.
Ghost of You. That's what you thought
Oh,
Um,
2011.
No, not quite. Yeah. No, I put Ghost of You.
I don't know that song.
You most definitely
It's
do.
definitely been played in the car.
I just don't think you've realized.
I tune out when you guys play 5 Seconds of Summer.
You're
Okay.
a hater.
I have I Love You, I'm Sorry. And
Slay.
By
I have
who?
By
Gracie
Gracie Abrams.
Abrams?
I literally, that was my song.
No, you said I'm sorry.
No, I said I love you.
I
I'm
Love
sorry.
You, I'm Sorry.
What did you just say?
I love you. I'm sorry.
That's not what I heard. You said it.
All right.
I have Haunted by Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's
No,
good.
that's good.
I have Can't Catch Me Now by Olivia Rodrigo.
Okay.
That's actually really good.
And also have Stranger by Olivia Rodrigo.
I don't know if I know that.
You're a stranger I know everything about.
No, I don't know that.
Okay.
But I think that works.
I Want to Be Yours by the Arctic Monkeys. Monkeys.
Monkeys. Yeah.
By the Arctic Monkeys. Heaven by Niall Horan. I Remember Everything by Zach Bryan. And then somebody you used to know, but I put the Glee version because I like it better.
She honestly did that just for you. She
I
really
did it just for you.
Guys, I think I have to quit this podcast. All right. Good songs. I know some of them.
I've been getting into Zach Bryan recently.
I can't listen to him right now. Anyways.
You have a grudge.
Huh?
Do you have a grudge?
No. Anyways, let's talk about quotes.
Oh.
Do you guys have
This
quotes
is the
or?
first one I didn't have a Noah Khan song on there.
I know I didn't do Taylor Swift either. All of my quotes are from Kai, by the way.
Most of them
Actually,
Pretty much, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm just
I
gonna
like-
pick two because some of them I just like.
some of them are long.
The first one I'll do. It's from page 188. It says, "Your name seems like a good word to die with on my lips," and this is when they're
Yep.
like confessing to each other their feelings and then almost dying, and he's like, "Peyton," and she's like, "Don't say my name."
So, this one is a Peyton quote. This is 183. It's like with one of the pretends, but it's like this quote is what I underlined. At my weakest, I wish for him. At my strongest, I wish I could say it wasn't the same.
Ooh.
Okay, simp.
I have him saying "Touch her again and I'll slit your throat. She's mine."
Yes.
I have it's close to the end, but it's the "Tell me you hate me and I'll still count every heartbeat, every freckle, every shiver of your body.
Yep.
If only you say it with a smile." He backs away, freeing my face from his hands. "I may be a monster, but if you cut me, I'll bleed. And if you break my heart, you'll break me. So if even a sliver of your soul longs for mine, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to deserve it."
That's
He
a good
just
one.
has such a way with words.
Like, why can I not
I know
that.
experience that?
I
But
also
if-
have one related to hate, and it's "I want her to burn for me, even if it means with hatred,"
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is page 115.
I have you asked me what my favorite color was once, and I've never pondered the answer to that question before you, and yet I realized in that moment that it was blue. He bends, brushes a kiss to her temple, and murmurs against my skin, "It is your eyes."
Yeah, fuck off, Kai. Literally, you know what to say. Although if a man ever said like words like this today, I might tell him to shut up and walk away.
I like this one. Oh, this is the after the change, like after he changed her, and they're in the motel or whatever.
Yeah.
kind of thing. Where it's like, I wish I didn't have feelings clouding my focus, my judgment. Wish I didn't need her like I need to complete this mission. It's exhausting fighting every impulse telling me to explain why I did this, why I have to do this. My life is not my own, and for that reason, she can never be mine. That just made me really sad because like they're definitely like right person, wrong time. They're like
Yeah.
literally the definition of it.
There is you can't be nothing when you're everyone to someone else. And then call us even, call me crazy, I don't care, just call me yours.
Mhm. I had that one.
I mean, from page 11, I have "Tell me, darling, do you think of me often?" Which
Yes.
originally we read in the last book because it gave us like the sneak peek. But I was like, yeah, I eat that up. Like, and it's funny because you're the one thinking of her all the time.
Mhm. I mean, and then there's that very long quote, but it's like, "She is shadow, and then I am flame." And then he goes on to saying how he's like the thing. It's such a long quote, but this girl is the very thing I can't seem to escape, can't seem to go anywhere without the remnants of her falling. Where I am, she is. Whenever it's flesh or the fragments of the mind, and where the flame is, there's always a shadow. She's inevitable.
Mm-hmm. They're so good.
Lauren Roberts has a way of like giving these men characters some lines that really do deep.
For real, bro.
I know. I underlined an Adina quote because I just
Oh.
was really sad when I said if I want to keep my promise with Dina, I have to survive. I have to live in order to wear this vest for her. And then it's like, and I'll
Yeah.
get my revenge for her. And
I
I'm like,
love
yeah,
how the
girl,
ve-
you better survive.
And
If
then
you die,
they brought up the vest later on too.
Oh, I love how like I forgot about this. I was like, I love how there were things that she kept with her, and then the things that she let go of. Like she kept the vest and she kept the ring, but she ended up burning her dad's book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Or
liked
at least
it.
like some of it. She kept
Knowing Arlo, she probably burned something really big. A big
no,
secret. in the
no.
book.
She read through it before she burned it.
Oh, that's true.
She was like, "These are some recipes,"
Here's a recipe.
but she like kept the important shit, and I really hope she shows it to Kit.
I
Like, be like, "Hey, we're not diseased."
read.
The
Kit
whole
or
thing
Kai?
about
Oh,
she already showed it to Kai.
Oh,
Their whole thing about like the disease, but
It's just
then
so
but then
weird.
Kai is also like, "Oh well, like if ordinaries and elites are like together, then they're gonna have like weaker children." I'm like, who the fuck cares?
but yet you're in love with her.
Yeah. You wanna bug her.
I'm gonna say you want to have a baby.
You wanna kiss
You want to do the
on more than the mouth.
the horizontal tango.
I'm more.
No.
Hello. I was gonna make a go of like what, or I was gonna ask the question of what are some wants you want for the third book.
Oh yeah, let's do this will be our last thing in this episode is our predictions for the third. Do we think that she'll go through with the marriage?
No.
No,
No, I think
not a doubt. Like not a doubt.
I
in my
know I
mind.
said it with the love triangle, and I truly, I think there's going to be some sort of love triangle because, like, realistically, that's the way it's set up, which is fine. But I just can't have that be the whole book, and I don't think it will be the whole book. But I think
It's more gonna be like a love line and a dot.
I'm wondering, but I'm wondering if she like quote unquote goes through with it.
I wonder if she's
To
playing,
survive.
playing the game.
Yes, but like I'm wondering, I'm thinking of like a type of vibe of like they go through with it, but like both Kit and Peyton know it's not real, and like
Oh, like what's that show?
like essentially there's like a timeline to this marriage, and then like Kai's just like gonna have to wait.
I want more of the rebellion, and then I want Mac. I think there was a reason Mac was introduced.
Yeah, I definitely want
No,
Mac
I
to
agree.
come back. What if
Whether-
he's like a long lost brother?
I truly think him and Peyton could be related.
And I know you're saying how you knew because of Callum, so I'm wondering how now he's gonna play into it because like he's not done. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it would be like dumb of us to be like, oh, like this is never gonna happen again.
It's definitely, there's so many things that could happen. I want to see how Kit and Kai now interact with one another.
Mm-hmm.
I also think the mom's gonna die in the
Bless
third
you.
book.
Yeah.
She bitch is already.
Yeah, but who
basically dead.
cares?
Bitches are never
Who
back.
cares? She's dead.
No,
Whatever.
but my theory is that like the mom dying is gonna be like Kit's final thing, and he's gonna go fucking bonkers.
I don't know, because Kit was kind of like improving.
Oh, what do we consider improving?
He left his room and he wasn't throwing food out the window anymore.
Well,
The
yeah.
bare minimum, really.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
When men are depressed, they're depressed, I guess.
Well, if anyone's depressed, they're depressed.
Yeah, I don't know. So
So
much could happen.
I am obviously gonna finish this book because I
Mhm.
can't not. But I don't know. I just feel like I got like in such a reading slump. I was reading one book on Kindle, and I think I was telling this to Kayla. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll buy the third book for the aesthetic of my bookshelf. Like it's something about a physical book that I feel like puts me in a slump.
That's fair.
But
I read through half of a series on my Kindle.
but I can fly through a Kindle book, so I think I'm gonna have to read on the Kindle.
So you can read Fourth Wing that they just put on Kindle.
I don't think she'd like Fourth Wing. You like dragons.
They're smart.
There is smut.
Okay. This will be the end of our episode. We're gonna do our new book choosing. We're gonna post that on our Instagram so you guys can know what book we're reading next month. We're doing it differently, like we explained in our last podcast, where we all put in 2 options and we're gonna pick out of a cup until the last one is left, and that's gonna be our book.
But we're also doing a bonus book.
Bonus book!
We're also doing a bonus book where we'll have a second book.
Despite Carly's discretion.
Yeah, despite me, because I don't think I can get through 2 books. If you read the second book, we are taking a road trip to South Carolina at the end of the month. If you read the second book, someone pays for your drink. It's probably going to be me ending up buying everyone a drink.
I think it'll be me and Julia.
I'm buying you all a shot. You don't get to choose a
I
drink.
feel like it would heavily depend on what books
You know what?
they are.
If you read the second book, someone buys you a shot. We can't do a drink. Those can be expensive.
Shots are just equally as expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
But
You can't take shots, so I'll buy you a shot. All right. This has been our July. Yeah. Right?
Yes, Yes, we're in
This has
August.
been our July Book of the Month review.
Yep.
Thank you for listening, and make sure to check out our Instagram to see what book we'll be reading for August. What 2 books? Bleh.